just do bang on impressions of some characters. Yeah. It's just ridiculous. Yeah. It makes me want to quit.
No!
Don't worry, I ain't gonna. Okay, well that was a really
that was a long answer.
That's a good.
That was a good answer.
We've got time. Yeah.
Okay, I have a question for both of you. Have you ever been stuck in the mind frame of one character and needing to get into another? For instance, Brad, have you ever been stuck in the mind frame of a character for Hamtaro and you're like, oh no, I have to be liked, I have to be evil, ha 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 ha. What do you think get out of that?
That would be really interesting.
That would be hard.
I'm a professional actor, so I could turn them up. You know what? I got so many voices in my head all the time. It's just a matter of, okay guys, be quiet, say it later.
They have codes for that
That's what.
I am Justice. I'll take a potato chip and eat it.
That was a quite I know what you're saying though, and it is, let's talk about earlier, like working on Gundam Seed Destiny. If, you know, you're playing Diarca, and then I was playing Owl, right? And like I was saying, sometimes they're in the same battle scenes and things. That's, you have to make sure that you kind of flip on the switch and turn off that one and kind of go back and forth. But, I mean, one thing about anime is it's nice to have the visuals in front of you as opposed to working on freelance shows. And they're so dynamic that it's actually really easy to get kind of enthralled in the characters that you're playing because you're watching them, right? You're seeing all the crazy things they're doing and you're getting all jealous and like, you know what? It is me. I can do this stuff. I'm doing it.
It's true. Like the most I've ever done, I did, for Dragon Ball GT, I played Trunks, and then there's a little robot called Gil.
Yeah.
I played both of those back and forth like
Oh,
that.
sweet.
And so that was really fun, and it was pretty much the same thing though. You watch Trunks and you can see him, right? So you're watching the television and you've got your headphones on and it just seems natural, but he sounds a certain way. He's always angry and cranky. And then Gil comes on and he's like, man, I'm going back. He's just like sitting around. You can't really, his voice, it's like he wants, you have to give him that voice, right? So it's not too difficult, I don't think.
And we're just professionals. We're just that excited.
Sure, I'm going to go roll into my role now.
All right, let's go to the next question for you, Lish. Oh yeah, let's just all point different.
Okay, you have not.
What's the weirdest thing you've ever signed with the back?
You're asking the wrong voice.
Yeah, no, it's been pretty. Oh no! Do you know, no, this isn't like Scott McNeil. I remember last year I said, some girl who had Scott signed. Anyway.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, we heard that same, almost the same story from Vic Mignogna the year he was here.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, I remember getting my very first fan letter. Some little guy, I'm trying to think of his name, Stephen.
No last names.
Stephen something or other. Anyway, he said, I love your character in such and such, and I was wondering if I could get an autograph, and so he sent me this little picture of my character, and I was like, oh, this is so cool. I was so touched by it. I went out and bought him a bunch of the merchandise and signed it all. It was so special. I still have that first piece of fan mail up in my bedroom.
It's not a bad gig, is it?
Unless someone starts sending you racy things.
That is
We're all 18 plus here.
Have you ever done fan fiction? I'm sort of new to this world, so I don't know what's normal. I got some fan fiction. There's a guy named Sam Vincent, and in Gundam Seed Destiny, he plays Athenzala and I play Shan, and so we're like, we just sort of hate each other.
You know where that leads.
Okay, so there's some fan fiction about that, and I found it really, really disturbing. We're pretty good friends. All I could think of was like, no sound, please. So I actually, if I get fan mail, I just stop reading fan fiction. I will read fan mail.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
The original question was the weirdest thing I've signed.
Yeah.
I can't talk about that. The lawsuit is still pending. I forgot to check ID. No. I haven't signed too many body parts. Not anything that would be covered by a bathing suit yet, anyway. I signed a girl with a neck. I think I've signed a belly. But one thing that actually is strange for me, this is kind of really embarrassing, but sometimes people bring in this amazing artwork that they've done with characters, and they want me to sign over top. It's like, can I just sign that? No, why don't you put it right across? Hours and hours and hours of work on this thing, and here's my big shipping market signature ruining the whole thing because they want it there. That's crazy.
Yeah, and then you get nervous, you're like, this is so beautiful,
Yeah.
and it's not even a good autograph.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I do better. Get rid of it.
Yeah.
But it is like the kind of what you're getting at too. It's amazing some of the stuff that were given at these conventions. Right? Somebody make a little plushy version of me.
Oh, yeah.
Back when I was long hair, right? And
You have long hair?
yeah,
Yeah, I did,
so I had this little plushie. Of course, I keep all this stuff, right? But it was a girl that made it, and she didn't even give it to me. She gave it to a friend of hers at the convention and gave it to me, and like, how sweet is that? Somebody spent hours and hours and hours making this thing, and they just want me to have it. They don't really care, if it's them that gives it to me or somebody else that gives it to me. And I had somebody make like a little stained glass style moose, like a little cheapy version of moose. So I got that, above my bedroom mirror kind of thing. Yeah, it's like back in the day, you take those little glass cubes and melt them up with it. Yeah,
That's awesome.
they bent all the wire themselves and soldered all the stuff together, and yeah, I mean it's incredible. And just the artwork thing, somebody made a little plushy light not too long ago too.
If somebody sends those sorts of things, don't think, we just put it out and be like, oh, that goes in the pile. Those things are really valuable. Those things, yeah, we think that's cool.
We get a lot from coming to these because you never know how a series of work is really going to go over, right? I mean, sometimes we might think it's a cool show and hope other people do, but a lot of times these things go direct to DVD, and you never know if somebody's going to be able to afford to drop $50 on one volume of a 52-episode series.
Sure.
So some of these great shows, you're like, no, I don't think anybody's seen them. So getting letters and stuff, people say, oh, I could really identify with the character in whatever show, or I really like to work here. Come to these people and actually get to talk about how these shows are coming across, and if we're doing a decent job or whatever, it means the world to us. Yeah, that's why we come back. That's why I keep coming back. That's why you're stuck here now. You're good.
When you guys are voicing over a character and you see him on him or her.
Sometimes, sir.
Do you ever get into that you actually start doing their actions and stuff like that?
Oh, yeah.
Like, for example, like you and Kirby, like the Comic Con, like, Gundam, not Gundam, Dragon Ball, any of the...
Yeah, you have to.
Yeah.
You have to.
Yeah, I have a sound technician come in and shake me during an electrocution. Yeah, it's good. It all adds artistic verisimilitude.
It wasn't verisimilitude. Big brain on you. Stop using your smart, educated words. Yeah, you have to do that stuff. I don't think. I've been on some sessions where you'll walk in there and you'll see a chair in the because some people can sit down and do it.
They're like